Then in 5th place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue sitting with 112,000. But with 114,000 right ahead of him in 4th place, we got Yo-Yo over at the Riverside Store and Tavern. 3rd place is Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven sitting with 100.
Hey guys, and we are getting into our first PGL game of the night. Just 50 seconds to get into this next game. 900 and lots of prizes still growing into this one, so make sure you guys are getting rolled, press and play on this lovely Wednesday. I am one of your hosts, Ian, joined with my lovely co-host.
I am Jordy, and you guys are about to begin enrolled in some top dog action right now. Super exciting. You have just under 30 seconds to do so, and we're going to be streaming to you live on all of those brand new Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect at pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as Twitch. Our channel names on both are MegaSota for you guys.
Yeah, and we just got some locations that just got some brand new Pilot TVs, just like Mainline Bar and Grill, Hideout Saloon and Grill, Old Town Tavern, Hiller's Last Call Liquor, as well as American Legion Morristown and Our Place on 3rd.
Absolutely. So if you're at one of those locations, take a picture with that Pilot TV right behind you with your smiling face. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, check in. We'll shoot you out some luck for checking in, and that will definitely be some really good stuff. But you guys are into this very first game. You got 9 minutes and 20 seconds to get the rest of to get all of your plays in, and we got Grandma D in first place already in this game with 3,000 points. We'll see who will be fighting for that first place spot pretty soon here, as a lot of shakeups are still to come.
Absolutely, but hopefully in the next 2 hours we're able to give out a little bit of cash to all of you guys, because we ended up giving out 5 jackpots just yesterday, which made it 28 for the rolling week and 367 for season 11 so far.
Definitely some really, really good stuff there. We love these jackpot winners. And the first one on Tuesday was Troy over at American Legion Dodge Center, taking home $616. If he was playing over at Wildcat Bar and Grill, I might have made him a High School Musical reference.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
Yes, definitely would have.
But next up, we also had Worm over at Best Western plus New Ulm Green Mill, who took home $1,176.
Definitely some really, really great stuff. Great name out there, the Worm.
Absolutely. We got Tony checking in. We're riding on his wings tonight. Thank you for helping us out, Tony.
Yeah, definitely love when you get to do production for us. We do have another jackpot winner. I hate cats. That is a hot take. I don't think many people have that take, but I guess
my father would agree with you.
I hate cats over at Pioneer Inn was able to take home $932.
Well, I guess we can all agree that that's just a great jackpot.
Oh yeah, definitely a great jackpot. But I mean, to hate cats enough to put it as your player name is definitely a statement.
Yeah, it definitely is. But next up, maybe a fan of dogs. It's Chewy over at Willie McCoy's of Andover, who got to take home $734.
Or just a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, it could be a Star Wars fan.
That would be my guess. Can you do a Chewie impression?
Absolutely not.
You want to try?
No.
Okay, it was worth a shot. I was trying to get a laugh for you guys. But we did have that last jackpot go out, and it was Ed over at Beer Stoop Inver Grove Heights, taking home $660.
What happened to Eddie?
Yeah, just Ed.
Just an Ed.
Yeah, no Eddie.
Well, congrats to all of our jackpot winners from yesterday, and hopefully we can give out some tonight with you guys, as we're going to be coming to you live with this Wild Wednesday for the next 2 hours with you guys.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff. As
Gulia,
yeah, in first place. Javo is in 6th. We got Player in 7th, Uncle Kel's in 8th, and Sue's in 9th. We'll check out who's in 2nd. We got Harley in 2nd. 3rd is R Biggs. 4th, we got Vince Shan, and in 5th, we got Ice Guy.
Nicely done, everyone. But you got some time left to get your plays in and try and take over that first place spot, so don't worry. You still got time to make it happen, as our first place player is going to be taking home that prize of $516.
Ooh, what a great prize in this very first game of Top Dog.
Absolutely. But if you guys want to take home some jackpots otherwhere, in other locations, I should say, you can definitely check out our latest e-tab that we've released. That's called Blazing Wheels. It has a great minor, major, and mega jackpot on the line. But if you get into that Blazing Wheel bonus round, you could take home some scorching prizes.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff. And I always hate the fact that the statement "don't fight fire with fire." Fighting fire with fire actually works sometimes.
Sometimes, but sometimes it just just makes a bigger fire.
Yeah, but if you have them going at each other, like if it's two like forest fires,
Yeah.
you can actually make them go together, and they'll make each other go out.
Really?
Yeah, it's a technique that they'll use to have two.
Really?
Or I don't know if it's technique they use, because I don't think they'll set another fire to get started. But I know that that will sometimes happen if two fires go into
Wow.
each other.
And
They'll
converge. They'll end up putting each other out.
yeah.
That's super interesting. I've never thought that could happen.
Yeah, a little fire fact for you guys.
Very cool.
Since we are talking about Blazing Wheels, a fiery game that you can win some great prizes.
Absolutely.
But we do have 5 minutes and 12 seconds to get the rest of these plays in. We'll see if Gulia is able to take hold on to that first place spot with Harley right on their tail. But you guys can see a promo of that new ETAB game, as well as all the other ETAB games we've released in 2022 on our Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
All you gotta do is search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. Click on that and you'll see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player picks, and so much more. Yeah, you can also get that website link that has the link tree to bar locations, other socials. You get pgl.world. So much you can find on that Facebook page. Definitely go check it out.
Absolutely. But if you guys don't want to check that out and you just want a little 20-minute segment where it tells you where all the hot tidbits are for the day and where you guys need to be playing to get as much cash in your pocket as possible, Cup of Joe is the show for you. That's where we start each and every morning off with at 11:30, just a 20-minute little segment, just so you guys know where all the standings start off at and where all the money is at for the day. It is super, super helpful if you guys want to be winning those big prizes.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun way to be able to just get all that in just a short little segment.
Yeah, short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah, you're competing for a top 10. You want to be there for Cup of Joe. You want to win a
Absolutely.
big jackpot. You want to be there for Cup of Joe and Jordy. So definitely come out every single weekday to be able to watch that, as well as sticking around for some Twins Bingo right after that. That runs from 12 all the way till 1. Today, we were able to give out that Twins Bingo
Really?
jackpot.
I knew it was going to be today. We thought it was going to be yesterday. I was so surprised that it ended up rolling over.
Yes, the very final game of Twins
Really?
Bingo. Game
That's
number
so
10
exciting.
of the 10 games we played during lunchtime today. And it went out on the last one for $27,000.
I was going to ask if it made it to 26. It made it all the way past 27?
Yeah, it was a huge
incredible.
jackpot to go out. Even better, going out to a long-time player, Mad Dog, able to get the win.
That is beautiful. I am super, super excited about that. Double hat Mad Dog.
Yeah, really, really great win.
Love that.
Yeah, always like it, especially because he was the one player that kept track, had plans
yes.
of winning that jackpot all the way back in Season 10 when we got rid of Twins Bingo and replaced it with
Yeah.
Vikings Bingo for the Viking season. He was like, I know what that coverall is at, and it better come out at the same amount. He had plans for that jackpot, and man, did those plans work out for him.
Well, that is beautiful. It made it to its rightful owner's pocket. That is incredible. The first Twins Bingo jackpot to go out of the season. Now we just got to start rolling it up and giving out that second one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you guys can always get some jackpot action during our Jackpot Hunter games. The 25-cent edition is super fun. It runs from 1 all the way till 4 right after that Twins Bingo. And there's a bunch of great prizes in that, like a mega prize, a major prize, and a minor prize that goes out all the time. The minor one does, because every $50 it clicks up 4 balls. So at $50 it goes from 52 to 56. Then $100 from 56 to 60, all the way up to 64 balls. And then that money amount will still keep on growing as long as you can't hit it in 64. But 64 is so easy, it should be going out in either that first or second game that it clicked up to that.
Absolutely. And right after those games of the 25-cent card edition of Jackpot Hunter, that's when our happy hour show kicks off right at 4 p.m. That runs all the way to 6 o'clock, and that is the happiest couple hours of the day because you get a chance at that Lucky 4 bingo right at 4 p.m. and then again at 6. But sandwiched right in the middle are those 23 games of the $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter that have similar rules to the 25-cent card edition, only it's every $100 increment that ball count increases by 4.
Yeah, that minor jackpot is super fun since we give out so many of those prizes. And we can ask Tony, because I think he was there for Jackpot Hunter, did the major prize go out? Because it is
Ooh.
pretty large right now. And and at it started today at 51 balls or less, so it definitely was a doable prize, but it could be even bigger heading into tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'd love to see how many that, or if that went out today. What is the current record of how many jackpots are given out in a happy hour?
In a happy hour, I think it is now
Is it 7?
7. I think I was able to. I think it was me and Will able to give out 1 in Lucky 4 Bingo,
Yep.
and then 6 during the Jackpot Hunter games.
All right, well, that major is growing and growing over to tomorrow's happy hour show. It's still at 51 balls for you guys, but that dollar increment amount is even higher, so you guys definitely need to be trying your hand at those games.
Yeah, I think just has to hit like 18,000 to be able to
18,000.
click up from that ball count, but I'm not exactly sure on that money amount. We'll definitely keep our eye out on it. But right after that happy hour, you guys get into some Skull Bingo, and you guys should have been playing that before you started playing a little bit of Wild Wednesday with us. There's 3 different jackpots available that you can win, that the ball count never changes, so they always have the same likelihood of going out. The line prize you can always win in 10 balls or less. The large frame you can always take home in 43 balls or less, and the coverall you can always take home at 50 balls or less.
Yep, that is right, and you'll get another hour of playing it after we get done with this Wild Wednesday, but we are officially out of time on this top dog game, and Harley stole away that first place spot from Gulia, but we'll get that. Actually, there it is.
Yeah, the blue screen that makes it official. Clancy on Island Lakes taking, that's the location that Harley was playing at, taking home that $508.
Absolutely, super exciting, but we'll get that entire top 10 for you guys. And that major prize is sitting at $16,863, and that will tick up once it hits 18 grand.
That is super exciting stuff. So we'll have our eye out on that over the next few days for when it clicks up. But we are in a Wild Wednesday. We're talking
Absolutely.
about that, and it is a great Wild Wednesday because we have so much PGL action in store for you. We just got done with our first game of Top Dog, and we're about to get into, what are we?
Some Vikings victory. We got 2 games in store for you guys in a row, but you'll get a third shot at it after some Blingo Bingo.
Yeah, and what are those jackpots looking at? Because I know there are 2 jackpots that are available in this Vikings victory game.
How astute of you. Well, that small jackpot is sitting at $521, and that large is sitting at $1,312.
Wow, some really good stuff in this game, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled, press and play. We not only want to give out some PGL points, but some great prizes, and we still have a lot of games of Vikings victory left, as well as some Blingo Bingo, Fishing Derby, and our grand finale, Jackpot Jungle coverall, that you guys are going to have a shot at $11,233, and you can win it in 52 balls or less on a 25-cent card.
Absolutely, but we just finished off our other specialty night of the week, and that is our MegaSota game night. That happens each and every Tuesday at 6:40, where Tony and Nikki take over the golden headsets, giving out as many jackpots as possible. But look out for next week, as you may see some different hosts taking it over.
Yeah, I think it may be Will's first specialty night. I've already said it out loud on air. Yeah, so I'm super excited.
Good old Squilliam taking over the golden headset.
Yeah, I'll be super excited to see him go live. I'm sure he'll be excited to try out his first specialty night, especially with all the great players that come out on MegaSota game night. But we do have some national days to get into as you guys are getting rolled into this first game of Vikings victory. And the first one is a super important day, as it's Volunteer Recognition Day. Volunteer Recognition Day is an annual celebration of those who selflessly benefit the lives of others by providing a helping hand to those in need, humans and animals alike. We all naturally work together, making the world a better place.
Yeah, this is definitely a very important day. Volunteering is one of the very crucial things that can help out your community or a different community in need.
Oh yeah, and a lot of charities that Pilot Game supports through the help of you guys playing at whatever location you're at. They are run by volunteer people that are trying to make the world a better place, and it's really, really awesome. So we'd like to recognize those people who are helping out the charities that we support, that are volunteers there.
Absolutely.
And all of you guys who take your time to volunteer all the time. We'll shoot out some luck over to you, as Jordy's got her patented, I don't know what the what the throw is.
All right, I'm going to throw it right at you guys.
It's kind of like a shove.
Yeah, it's kind of like airbending.
It's kind of like airbending.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you like the Avatar now?
Yeah, the avatar of luck.
Okay, well, definitely some
I'm
good
advancing
stuff.
in my status, guys.
Yeah, you're a luck bender.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
there you go.
I think Will might get jealous.
Yeah, he may be jealous. You took it before him though, so I guess
Token coined the phrase.
All dibs to you. But we're celebrating National Volunteer Recognition Day. Do you have a favorite way to volunteer?
My favorite way to volunteer, it's caught between two. I was a City Beautiful commissioner where I got to help out and clean up my environment and try and plant trees and kind of clean up the community that way. But I honestly, my heart just goes out to my days when I was at the animal shelter down the street from my house.
Oh, yes.
And I spent like every day after school there, and I love spending my time there.
Oh, it's a great way to volunteer, and those animals very, very much appreciate when people are there to be able to give them some attention.
To take each one home.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But I had a funny story from National Volunteer Day that I actually didn't remember at all.
Really?
But one of our fellow broadcasters, he's just doing production right now. But Ben, my sibling, we volunteered together because my parents made us volunteer together.
Naturally.
And we were doing that shoebox, put stuff in the shoe boxes, and then ship them out. Well, Ben, the entire night before, had decided that he went over to his friend's house and decided he was gonna spend the entire night playing Minecraft, not spend a single second of it sleeping.
Yes.
And so he comes in and he is just dead.
A zombie.
He is a zombie coming out there, barely putting these things together. So at some point he ends up falling asleep during all this, and he very clearly remembers, and I don't even remember this part, but us putting like straws up his nose and then him waking up to just like straws in his nose. And he said he was just so upset about it at the time, but he was like, it's funny now.
Yeah, I'm glad he can find the humor in it now. That is I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we did get the top 10 of that game of Top Dog. But before we get into that top 10, we do have a little player pick to show off, as that great player pick is Mad Dog, taking home $27,266. Good to see you, Mad Dog, getting that great win.
That is super cool to see. I love seeing all those player pictures, so definitely send them our way.
Oh, that's for sure. But let's get into that top 10 in Top Dog.
All right, well, starting it off in 10th place. Good to see you out there playing. Sarah Honey out there taking home $25.40 over at VFW Austin. 9th place was Mel66 taking home $25.40 at American Legion Milwaukee. In 8th place, it was Wild Watson taking home $25.40 over at Friar Tuck's Pub. No, they were at Bedrock. Vince Shan over at Friar Tuck's Pub took home $25.40 coming in 7th. Then in 6th place, it was R. Briggs over at JC's Bar and Grill, taking home $25.40. And then the final $25.40 went out to Chewy, coming in 5th place over at Town Tavern. Iceman came in 4th, taking home $38.10 over at American Legion Cleveland. 3rd place was a player over at Lobo's Bar and Grill, who took home $63.50. Then Gulia came in 2nd, taking home $127 over at Brian's Bar and Grill. And then in 1st place, it was Harley over at Clancy's on Island Lake, getting to take home $508.
Definitely some great prizes going out in that game of Top Dog. And we'll see if we can give out some great prizes in this game of Vikings victory. We got $1,578 available on that small jackpot, and large jackpot. And that small jackpot, you can win $654. Both of those would get you on our jackpot list. And you could also take home one of the great prizes as well, 1st through 10th place, getting some really, really nice stuff.
Yeah, big-time players out there. Some of our top 10 are out there competing right now. Big Dog is in 2nd, and even Bobo is in the lower half of these standings right now. Big Pimpin' is going to have to earn some points if they want to pass up Sarah Honey, who's out there playing right now, too.
Yeah, definitely would have to be a big push. But, I mean, it's good to see Big Pimpin' out there playing, trying to earn those points.
Yeah, right now they're sitting in that 10th place spot, and so they need to accumulate some points to hold on to their standings.
Yeah, that's for sure. But let's get into this next National Day.
All right, well, it is next. Our National Day is Chinese Language Day. Through the development of language, the human race made advancements in culture and civilization. On April 20th, explore the progress the written and spoken word has made through the observation celebration of Chinese Language Day.
Yeah, a really, really cool day. Chinese
cool.
language. I think the official spoken language of China is Mandarin.
Is it?
But there is a lot of different dialects that's spoken in China as well, and different languages. So we can look up all the different languages that are spoken in China. That are mainly spoken, because I'm sure there will be a few
Yeah.
that get.
That have small variations. But my mom actually has a Chinese symbol tattooed on her body for peace and prosperity.
Really? Does it
Yeah.
actually mean peace and prosperity?
Yes, it does. I scanned it and looked at it.
Okay.
It's on her ankle.
Because
It's
have you
very
ever
small,
seen the
but-
ones
oh,
where they?
I got a necklace from my grandma that had a Chinese symbol on it, and it had ivory around it. And she was like, it means like love and family. I looked it up, and it means king.
Really?
Yeah. So I wore a necklace that just said king for like 8 months in honor of my grandma, having no idea what the actual translation was.
That is so funny. So
Yeah.
then you found out it's king, and
It's king.
that's yeah. I see so many tattoos. That is like the main one I see, where it's
Oh.
like I got a tattoo of this. I thought it meant this, and I ends up it means this.
Yes, 110%. I mean, I have a friend who thought she was getting the highest coordinates of Colorado tattooed on her body. She just got the stock Google image coordinates tattooed on her body.
That is so.
No one can tell the
terrible.
difference. She's always just like, yeah, that's what this means. And they're always like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no
Little
one
do
will
they
look
know
it
it's
up.
like 000 point something. Like, it's
Ah.
just an astronomical type of coordinate that she got tattooed. But thankfully, no one can tell the difference.
Well, I'm glad that no one can. We do still have 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get the rest of the, 4 minutes and 30 seconds to get the rest of these plays in. And so we'll see if anybody can move up, as Walkers is in first place. But Positive, Bam, and Hokies, all in that bottom half of the top 5, have a lot of plays left.
Looking like Scatico is out of plays, though. Our entire lower half has quite a bit, though. And so they definitely need to get those in to compete with this top half of these standings. All right.
But we were looking up all the different.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm struggling to find it. Okay, so the official dialect of China is Mandarin, but more than 70. Yeah, that's what 70% of Chinese population speaks. But there are also several other major dialects in China, like Cantonese, Hunanese, Min dialect, Gan dialect, Wu dialect, and
I would just say Hakka dialect.
Hakka dialect. So a lot of different dialects there,
Very
and
cool.
so it's a very rich culture with a lot of different languages.
Very cool. Yeah, there was a private school near my hometown that taught Mandarin as one of the elective languages that you could take.
That's really cool.
I thought it was one of the coolest things ever.
That would
we
be
were
really
only
interesting.
offered American Sign Language, French, and Spanish.
Really, you were
And-
offered sign language. That's really cool. There was no sign language offered wherever I went.
Oh, yeah, those were the 3 that were offered. But at this private school, they had German, they had Mandarin, they had a whole bunch of
Wow.
things, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, the private school I went to didn't even have like a Latin course, and so
Really?
yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah, I'm very surprised that there wasn't any kind of Latin
Yeah.
course or anything like that.
Very interesting.
But we do only have a few minutes left, and language is so interesting.
Oh,
You've
it
been
is.
taking Spanish after learning 3 years of French,
Yes.
and you realize now there's it gets a lot
So many
easier
parallels.
as you continue to learn more and more languages. The first language is always the hardest of
Yeah, I'm glad English was my first language because I think I would have a very hard time learning English as a secondary language now.
Yes. And I meant more the second language is usually the harder. It's the hardest
Oh,
language to
yeah.
learn. And then the ones you start to pick up more, there's so many keys that you'll learn, and that's why you'll see people that can speak like 9 different languages. And I think that's so interesting.
I want to learn as many languages as possible. This is like
It's a huge
kick-started
key.
like a thing for me. This might be my hobby in life is learning different languages. It's been so fun.
It definitely is, and if you can get fluent in a lot of different languages, it can definitely be a huge help.
Yeah, not to mention just like a huge connector that like if you hear someone speaking Spanish Spanish, French, whatever it is out in public, and they seem to be like having like a communal conversation. You could easily join in where they might not think that you have that capability.
Oh, yeah, and just making someone feel comfortable as well. It could be someone's native dialect, and you can make them, they may not be able to speak English super well, and then you can go out there and speak to them in their actual language and understand.
I've been helping my Spanish professor learn better English as we are in this class.
That's really, really cool stuff. Well, it's Chinese Language Day, so today we're celebrating all of the different Chinese languages.
Yeah, very cool. Definitely look that up and try and expose yourself a little bit to that kind of culture.
Oh, for sure. We do have another national day, and it's a tasty one. National Pineapple Upside Down Cake. National Pineapple Upside Down Cake Day on April 20th celebrates a sweet cake that contains pineapple and cherries. Americans have been enjoying this springtime cake since the early 1900s, when many cakes were made in cast iron skillets.
Yes, my grandfather loves this dessert. Every single Christmas, he brings his own personal size upside down cake because no one else really likes to eat it. And so he'll always bring himself his own.
Is it a pineapple
personal pineapple upside down cake.
Because there's other upside down cakes.
No, it's a true blue pineapple upside down cake.
Yes. So he decides that he really likes pineapple upside down cakes. That's awesome. And what time is it that he comes?
Christmas.
Christmas is.
He always brings his own personal one.
That's really, really fun. I can't say that I've had a pineapple upside down cake, but I would definitely give it a shot, as pineapple is like one of the more, it's like the most candy-like of fruit.
It is. It's put on the bottom while it's baked, and so it almost caramelizes, and then you flip it, and then it's got like a sweet glaze almost.
Yeah, John was saying he even likes it cold.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me. I haven't been one to really enjoy this, as I have a fruit or a pineapple allergy myself, but we have a winner.
Yeah, Walker's over at VFW Austin taking home $159 on this one. Good job, Walker's. Finishing it strong, taking over that first place spot. And we'll get the rest of that top 10 to you guys in just a little bit. And we'll see if any of those jackpots went out during this game.
Absolutely. I hope they did. That'd be super, super exciting. But we have another round in case they didn't. So you'll get another shot at some jackpots in our second round of Vikings victory.
Yeah, it should be some really, really fun stuff. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this next game. And as we're getting enrolled in this next game, we can get into the next national day.
All right. Well, next up, we have National Lima Bean Respect Day. All right. Show some respect for those lima beans. National Lima Bean Respect Day on April 20th gives the humble lima bean its due. When cooked, fresh lima beans have a creamy texture, really. However, dried lima beans, once cooked, served up a bad reputation due to their graininess. There are also ways to achieve smooth, buttery lima beans using dried beans.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I don't know if I necessarily love lima beans, but
I'm a big bean gal. I like to cook with beans and stuff like that all the time, different types, but I can't say I use the lima bean that often.
Lima bean.
If ever.
Oh, but I'll give it respect.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give it respect.
I'll give it respect. It's due today.
Ben said he's not giving it any kind of respect today. He said no respect.
Has he ever eaten a lima bean in his life?
No, he's not giving it any kind of respect. It's never even touched his tongue before.
All right, well, that's fair enough, I guess. But we did have a small jackpot going out.
Oh, yes, it was Law. They took home $654. Looks like that small jackpot went out. They were playing at Blasco's Embassy Bar.
Nicely done to Law.
Yeah, super, super fun stuff. Always like to see one of those jackpots, but it still means that large jackpot is on the table for this one, so make sure you're getting enrolled and press and play. Are you looking up some lima bean recipes?
Do you just eat them like as a side?
Lima bean soup?
Really? Are buttered beans and lima beans the same thing? Well, let's find out.
Yeah, what is the difference?
They're two names for the same kind of bean.
Buttered beans are the same thing?
I guess so.
Okay.
Butter beans and lima beans.
I've never had buttered beans either, so I don't know if...
There's a... I don't know. Some of these questions are very funny. They just seem like you make them as like a side.
Really? Super
like you can
tasty
do
stuff.
Okay, so people can do lima bean soup with some ham.
Okay.
So that, I don't know. I feel like that would taste kind of like a pea soup.
Yeah, I think you could get behind that one. A nice
Maybe.
creamy piece.
Oh, okay. They make succotash with them.
Really?
I've heard of succotash. My dad loves succotash for some reason, but I can't say I've ever personally had it.
Okay, well, show some respect to the lima bean. If you like lima beans, definitely eat some on today because, you know, I guess it's
The
showing
respect is due.
the respect is due. It's long overdue. I mean, I've been sick of hearing all this disrespect for the lima bean, and I just can't stand it anymore. I need to see some respect put on the lima bean's name.
Absolutely, and this is the perfect national day to do so.
Exactly, definitely some good stuff. We do have National Lookalike Day to get into, though. National Lookalike Day on April 20th celebrates those who look like another person. National Lookalike Day each year on April 20th celebrates those who look like another person. Similar to the two senses preceding this one, people who look like each other are still unique in their own way.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met anyone that looked like very similar to myself.
I think it's actually like scientific proven fact that there's one person in the world that looks exactly like you.
I think there's at least a couple people that resemble you.
Yeah, but I think it's like proven that like there's one person that like looks almost exactly like you. Which is super, super interesting to me. And I have the belief that somehow it's out of all the people in the world that the one person lives here in Mount Pleasant that looks like me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm convinced of it.
Roughly 6.
Roughly 6 look exactly like you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's super cool. Yeah, I've never met anyone that's been like similar to my look.
Yeah, well, here's my...
I saw a picture of someone one time that someone thought it was me, and I thought it was me when
But
I
it
first
wasn't
saw
you?
it, but it wasn't me.
Oh, I think you showed me that picture, and it
it's
looked
like
just like you.
It was like a random picture out in public, and the girl was just like caught in the background of their image, but it was like, it looked so much like me.
Yeah, there's your twin right there.
I need to find her.
One of them. But my story of my lookalike, I never have seen him. I've never seen this lookalike. But I've heard multiple times from multiple different people that they've run into somebody that looks like me at this one location. And what makes me think he looks a lot like me is one of my friends. She was working out at the SAC, which is the local college's gym center, student center that you can work out at. And apparently she had saw me on the treadmill, and so she goes up and she's like she goes up, waves at me, and like full-blown waves at me, makes eye contact with this person who is in her head me.
Yes.
And I then in her head give her the dirtiest look apparently in her life, and like look back straight and keep on doing my treadmill stuff.
Yeah.
And she goes back, leaves, doesn't talk to the person who wasn't me, and it like then texts me after, is upset that I did that to her. And I'm like I didn't see you at I didn't see you at the gym. Like I worked out that day, but I didn't see you at the gym. And she was like, oh, okay, you must have just not recognized it was me. And then she finally explains where she was working out at, and I was like, I don't work out there. Like I've never worked out there. Like that was someone completely different, and she was like in shock that it wasn't me.
That is super funny. That is so funny. I want to know who it was, because if you would have just said it was at the store or something, I would have been like, oh, they saw Ben or Gabe or one of your brothers. Like, you're all very from a distance. I could definitely.
Oh, for sure. They definitely look a lot like me. But
no, if it was at the student activity center, it's very much not your brothers.
Oh, no, they don't work out there either. And I think if you made eye contact with them, you would easily know that that's not me. Like, it's only hard to tell when you're like looking at the back of our heads and we're like walking away from you.
Yes. That is 100% correct. But we do have those winners from the second round of Vikings victory to go over.
Oh, yeah, let's head right into it.
All right. Well, we did have that jackpot going out over to Law, who took home $654 over at Blasco's Embassy Bar, but they didn't even make it into our top 10. They just got that big prize.
Well, hey, I'll take that big prize as well. But in 10th place, we had BJ Cotter over at Milton Liquor Store taking home $26.60. $26 also went out to Hokies over at Neighborhood Tavern. Grandma D in 8th place took home $26 over at Tanker Bay Bar and Lanes. Taking home $39, we had Harley over at Clancy's on Island Lake. Eagles St. Cloud over at Eagles St. Cloud, bam, won $53. $53 also went out to Dylan over at VFW Dilworth. Over at Danny's Dugout, we had
Scatica.
Taking home $79. I like that name, Scatica. We also had Cookie taking home $106 over at Riverside Inn in Holly. Leo's Bar Newmarket Positive took home $119. And then Walker taking home $159. Took home that prize over at VFW Austin.
That is super exciting. But right now, you guys are playing a little bit of. Is this the second round?
This should be the game
Blingo
of
Bingo?
Blingo Bingo, which
All
Blingo
right.
Bingo has. Does it have extra prizes?
No, this is our high-low game.
Oh, why do we have our Vikings Bingo
That's
jackpots
what I was
there?
gonna say. I
So-
think we're in another round of Vikings victory.
So Tony, can we check with you? What game are we in right now?
Yeah, because Blingo Bingo's not supposed to start till 7:45.
Oh, maybe we're in that second game of Vikings victory? Yes, because the first game of top 10, game number 2. Yes, we just completely got off track. Yes, we are in the second game of Vikings victory. We got Snaps in first place. We're about to get into some Blingo Bingo, the high-low game, in just 5 minutes from now. But until that 5 minutes is up, make sure you guys use up the rest of your plays. Definitely some good stuff here. But we were talking about National Lookalike Day, and I definitely want to meet this person that apparently looks a lot like me.
I would love to run into a doppelganger.
Yeah, of anyone I really know,
Literally,
to be honest.
Yeah, as long that'd be so fun.
Who do you get compared to the most? Because everyone has, like, I feel like celebrities that people will, like, say, oh, you look like this celebrity.
The one I get most compared to would probably be, I don't even know the real actress's name.
Okay.
I just know the character she plays. She's in Grey's Anatomy, and she plays a character called Joe. That's the one that I get compared to celebrity-wise. But other than that, there's not many people that look like me, or I look like them. Yeah, I don't even know her real name.
Ah, I see what they're talking about.
It's the cheeks, I think.
Yes, I definitely in the dark brown hair. Okay, so if you guys are Grey's Anatomy's fan, if you guys know Joe, I guess you were the one you get compared to her. I don't know. I get compared to a variety of different people, and so I never remember which ones I get compared to because one consistent one is I think I got compared to Andy Grammer a few times.
Andy Grammer?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd have to see a photo of him. I couldn't really say who you look like.
No, it wasn't Andy Grammer. I'm getting mixed up with other people.
I was gonna say.
No, it's gosh, why am I blanking on his name? He's a different artist. He's got sunken in eyes, and I think because I have a little bit sunken in eyes, they were comparing me to him. But it was also when I had shorter hair too.
I want to know so bad.
So
now.
I don't remember what celebrity, but it's been multiple times that I've been compared to him. But I don't think I'll remember right now.
The actress's name is Josephine Brooke Wilson.
Ah.
She plays Meredith's little sister.
Okay. No, definitely remember that when I was watching Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I bet.
But we do have some Twins news to get into. It's not the greatest Twins news, as they are 4-7 now. And Salvador Perez homered twice, and Hunter Dozier hit another go-ahead home run to lift the Kansas City Royals over the Minnesota Twins 4-3 on Tuesday night. And what was even more devastating about that loss, where we were up 3-1 at one point in that game, and then blew that lead, and they were able to be able to pull out the win. But we do have another shot tonight, as that game just got started about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, they're going up against the Royals right now. Let's take a peek and see what that score is at. But right now we got Oswald in first place in this game.
Yeah, it does look like it's getting started off to the best start, as the Royals were able to score one run in that first inning. We're hoping that we can keep them to no runs in the second inning. So we'll have another shot to maybe get some people home in that third one.
Yeah, but we'll take a peek back at the score later in a little bit to see how they're doing. But in the meantime, if you want to show some support for our Twins, we've teamed up with them for the awesome eTab game, Twins Win. You can play it at any time. You pick a lucky batter in that home run derby bonus round, and you absolutely swing it out of the park and take home some prizes.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. And we always bet on what animals we think could hit home runs.
Yeah.
And since we have a new person in this equation, Tony, we'd like to think if you were picking anything from the animal kingdom, thinking that it has the consciousness to swing a baseball bat and hit it, what animal are you choosing for your own home run derby bonus round?
Yeah, we'll let you know ours once you send in yours.
Yeah, while you are thinking that one up, Tony, we will hop into this Twiking zone, as that's the combination to our Twins bingo and Vikings bingo that we played during our lunchtime, and all those points head towards the Twiking zone, and the player standings are crazy.
Absolutely, as we've had this tie holding off in 9th place for a little bit now. Starting it off, in 9th place, we have Mikey Wins over at Steve-O's and Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon, both tied up with 88,000. 8th place is Doggo 11 over at the Polar Lounge, right ahead of them with 89,000. With 93,000 in 7th place, we got Brizo at the Atomic Star Tavern. 6th place is GTZ over at the Midi with 111,000. But with 115,000 in 5th place, we got Yo-Yo over at Riverside Store and Tavern. Separating them a little bit from Yo-Yo now, a little bit of a gap. Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue is sitting with 124,000 in 4th place. 3rd place is Sinbab over at Corky's Bar South Haven, sitting with 132,000. With 133,000 right ahead of him in 2nd place is Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. And then in 1st place, we have Scrub Eye at the top of the leaderboard at American Legion Fridley, sitting with 166,000 points.
Yeah, definitely a great player standings there, and the location standings are just as exciting as getting bumped back from a 9th place tie. Titan Sports Saloon in Oakdale, a big-time location with 120,000 points, now in 10th place. In 9th place, moving to sole possession of 9th place, it's Main Street Pub in Kimball with 136,000 points. Before I get into the rest of the top 8 locations, we have a winner.
Oswald over at Friar Tuck's Pub in Forest Lake is taking home $145.
Yeah, good job, Oswald. And now we'll be getting into that high-low game of Blingo Bingo.
Now we're back on track.
Yeah, I am super excited. I know. Now we finally figured out what game we're on, mentally fully ready to give out some great prizes.
Absolutely.
Especially one of our favorite games where the best players and the worst players in the state take home some good cash.
It might be my favorite game of the night, and we're cooking with fire now. You got 4.5 minutes to get enrolled, and we got to run through the rest of this top 10 for you guys.
Yes. In 8th place in the location standings, it's Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 147,000 points. With 186,000 points. In 7th place, we got Steve-O's and Crystal. But before we talk about that, Tony is busy right now on the headset, letting us know that we got some breaking news.
Large jackpot hit, everybody.
Woo, that big jackpot. So we're able to give out one of those jackpots in back-to-back Vikings victory games. Super excited about that. We will have the winner and the giant prize that they were able to take home in just a moment, guys. But as you guys are waiting, get enrolled for this next game of Blingo Bingo.
Absolutely.
And we got the winner.
It was Snaps over at the stadium, taking home $1,892.60. Nicely done.
Yeah, good job, Snaps.
Snaps for you.
Yeah, what is it? Slam poetry, like?
Yeah.
They do that for? Yeah, definitely some good stuff.
Poetry reading.
Oh, poetry reading is just how.
Snaps.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't fit well in.
Now it's moving on to just like the sign language for like.
Oh, that's what they
cheer.
do
Yeah.
now? Okay. Because I feel like I would do bad because I would then get distracted by the snaps.
I know. My dad would be horrible. He'd be like doing like the.
Yeah, just like creating a beat with the snaps while you're doing it. Yeah, I got too much of a squirrel brain to be able to handle that. But let's get back into the location side of the standings. In 7th place, we got Steve O's and Crystal with 186,000 points. 6th place is our place on 3rd and Faribault with 211,000 points. With 257,000 points, we actually have a two-way tie. One of these locations moving up from 5th place into 4th place. We got Eagles Rochester tying it up with Corner Bar and Goodhue. In 3rd place, we got American Legion Cleveland with 282,000 points. With 358,000 points in 2nd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven. And then a quick jump over to the 500,000 point club. But we could be in the 600,000 point club by tomorrow. In 1st place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 599,000 points.
Did they get any points today?
I don't remember. I mean, we had gone through half the games and they hadn't gotten a win.
You really?
And so I'm not 100% sure on if they were actually able to pull one through during these games.
We'll have to take a peek.
Yeah, take a look at that one. And while you try and find if a VFW Spring Lake player was able to get the win.
There was.
Oh, there was. So they are going to be in the 600,000 point club tomorrow. Super, super exciting stuff. So make sure you guys are coming out for a cup of Joe Jordy to see that officially happen.
Absolutely.
But we have an E-Tab spotlight to get into as we got one of our favorite E-Tabs playing in the background of us right now. It's a little Ruby's Adventure.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites. If you like Indiana Jones and feminism, this is the game for you. It is awesome. You guys get to win some great prizes while Ruby takes you on her awesome adventure. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think her big, like, you know, how you got all the different treasures that Indiana Jones is going after? What is
so not the gal to ask.
You're not the gal to ask.
I've watched, I think, one Indiana Jones, unfortunately.
I'm going to go, well, it's just a random treasure that you can put out there that maybe has a mystical meaning. I'm going to go with that she goes and finds Excalibur.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you think she's going to be finding?
Yeah, that's what she's finding, Arthur's sword.
It kind of feels like she needs to be finding, like, a big fat ruby or something.
It does, because it is Ruby's Adventure.
Yeah.
But I felt like that would be a little redundant.
All right, well, I'll say a big, like, sapphire or something. Or just a big gem.
Yeah, awesome. Good.
Awesome. Thank you for participating.
A nice big jewel for good old Ruby. We got we got a long time in this game of Blingo Bingo. Just getting started right now. Get those plays in. Don't leave anything on the board. And make sure you're either the best in the state or you are the worst.
Absolutely. But if you guys don't want to check out Ruby's Adventure, we have over 50 different charitable e-tab games and counting that are coming out to you guys each and every day. And so you guys need to be checking those out. You can play at any time and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All these games have small bets between 50 cents and $5. Huge prizes and awesome bonus rounds as well as free play. So definitely check those out.
Oh, I saw Mad Dog out there playing right now. Mad Dog, the big winner of $27,000 on Twins Bingo. Super exciting stuff. Obviously, wasn't happy with those winnings and wants to get some more during this Wild Wednesday.
And there he is, stealing away that first place spot. Mad Dog just absolutely stealing the show.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff there. I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, Martian Invasion's jackpot might be getting pretty big in our E-tabs.
Oh, I'm sure it is. We haven't seen a jackpot go out in a few weeks now, and so that typically means it's creeping up and getting ready to give out just an absolute whopper of a jackpot.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you guys check in with that one. I actually heard Tony say that it was growing pretty large last week or 2 weeks ago, and so make sure you go take a little view at that, see if you can win some big cash, but you may be too late. I might have given you the news a little too late. So go and check it out, see for yourself, and see if you can win some really great prizes while we are talking about some really great music history.
Before we get into that, I do have those winners from the second round of Vikings victory.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that top 10.
All right. Well, we did have Snaps taking home that large jackpot of $1,892.60 over at the stadium. But jumping right into our top 10, we had OE50 taking home $24 over at Stanchion Bar. Over at at Main Street Sports Bar Glencoe took home $24 was Fast Ed in 9th place. 8th place was Player taking home $24 over at Hop and Barrel Brewing Company. Taking home $36 was Big coming in 7th at American Legion Litchfield. Then in 6th place we got Big Pimpin' taking home $48 over at the Alibi at Gilbert. In 5th place, we had Push Over taking home $48 at EJ's Bar and Grill in Gaylord. 4th place was Snaps taking home that major jackpot of $1,892 over at Stadium. Then in 3rd place, it was R Biggs taking home $96.80 over at JC's Bar and Grill. Over at Great River Bowl, it was Steve Lude taking home $108.90 coming in 2nd. And then in 1st place, it was Oswald taking home that jackpot of $145.20 over at Friar Tuck's Pub.
Yeah, it is some really great wins going out there. Snaps able to get into the top 10 and take home that large jackpot.
Yeah, it could have some big implications.
Yeah, definitely helping to that jackpot total that we're having. Already 2 jackpots that have went out for sure during our games that we've been playing right here. And we'll see if we can give out some more as we still got a few games, one more game of Vikings victory, a game of Fishing Derby, and a jackpot jungle game that, fingers crossed, we can give out that nice giant jackpot. But
Absolutely.
we were talking about music history, about to get into it before we got into that top 10. And the first music history thing we got in 1959, 13-year-old Dolly Parton releases her first single, a rockabilly-style love tune called Puppy Love.
I want to listen to this. I have not heard it. Just a young 13-year-old.
Yeah, you've never heard Puppy Love? That's
No,
a classic.
I have not.
Definitely. I think that's one of the first Dolly Parton songs I heard because I think it was one of my dad's favorites
Oh,
of
that's
her music.
awesome. I love Dolly Parton. I just watched a clip of her on an interview where she played her acrylic nails and sang to the beat of chiming her acrylic nails.
She's a very, very talented artist with such a unique sound.
She recorded 9 to 5. The first take was her playing her acrylic nails and singing 9 to 5.
Really? So that's like the recorded version that went on there?
Yeah, that's like the first time ever laying down that track was her playing with her acrylic nails.
Just with her nails.
Yeah.
That's
so
fun.
It's so true and blue to Dolly Parton. I absolutely adore that woman.
Yeah, not to mention that she's just got a good soul on her.
She does. She really does. She is adorable. I can't believe I have not heard Puppy Love, though.
Yeah, I
probably have.
You probably have, as every Dolly Parton song gets played all the time.
I was going to say, I can't imagine there's one that I haven't heard.
But yeah, she's got so many hits that I'm sure that a lot of it just kind of gets meshed into so many different songs.
I've always wanted to go to her. She has like a whole little attraction in Tennessee that's called like Dollywood, and she's got like a Dolly Parton hotel, and everything's pink and super cute.
Really? That's funny. I haven't heard Dollywood. So it's an amusement park?
I'm not sure if this is it might be.
Yeah, okay.
It's in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Dollywood is a theme park jointly owned by entertainer Dolly Parton. And yeah, it's a family entertainment.
I knew she had like an attraction called Dollywood. I didn't know it was a full-blown amusement park.
Yeah, it's located in Knoxville, Smoky Mountains Metroplex in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
I love Pigeon Forge. They have so much there. That's where they had I don't remember the name of it. It's one of those like wild. It's kind of like Ripley's or like just one of those like cool museums, but it's like Wonderworks or something like that, and it's a building and it looks like it's flipped upside down. Like the entire building looks like it's upside down, and you walk in and everything is upside down. You look like you're walking on the ceiling. It is one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, Wonderworks.
Wow, that's super cool. I'm just seeing a picture of it, and it's literally standing on like the tip of like the roof of the house.
It is. It's pitched onto the roof, and it's like an upside down like what's the word? colonial like style home with the pillars. It's all white.
That's
it's
really
awesome.
cool.
But
Well,
you get to like test attractions, like how cold the water was of the Titanic that night. You
Really?
like get to stick your hand in and like see how cold it was
gosh.
and see how long you can last, and like a whole bunch of like cool little gimmicks like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's definitely some interesting stuff. We were talking about the 13-year-old Dolly Parton releasing her
Yeah.
first single, Puppy Love. I can't believe she started it so early. And me and John actually did some research, and her career started at the exact same age as Justin Bieber.
I was gonna say, once you said to start at the same age, Justin Bieber was the first name
Yes,
that popped in my head.
but it's just so funny because my view
Very different.
of Dolly Parton stardom and my view of
Justin
Justin
Bieber.
Bieber stardom is very, very different.
Yes.
But maybe if he keeps on putting out hits, the next generation will view him different.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a long way to go before he's considered like a classic or like an
Oh, for
iconic
sure.
great. He's still only like what, 25?
Yeah, he's very, very young, so he's still
Yeah.
got a lot of music in him. Definitely some fun stuff. Next up is definitely some fun stuff, as it's more interesting than I'd say like big news.
It's really cool. In 2010, on this day, the stage adaptation of Green Day's American Idiot rock opera officially opens on Broadway, a year after its debut at the Barclay Repertory Theater.
Yeah, it's called actually Broadway Idiot.
Really?
Yeah, that is what the play is called. It's super interesting.
Green Day played such a big part in my childhood. They were like the first edgy band that I was ever allowed to listen to at a young age.
Yeah, you can even stream it on different platforms as well, which is
Were they
really
in it?
interesting in it. I think maybe they
Maybe Billy Joe was.
maybe they played parts in it, but Green Day frontman Billy Joe Armstrong turns his album into a mega theater production, a detailed look behind the scenes and the creative process that fueled the finished product.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was actually about the production and making of American Idiot.
I mean, wasn't that? No. That wasn't their biggest album.
American Idiot?
Yeah.
I would guess that that's their biggest album, but
Not 21 Guns or what their later album.
yeah, I don't know what their biggest album would be, as I mean,
It's insane to look back and think that that was 2004.
yeah.
That's insane to think about.
Just because it surrounded your childhood
It
for
was,
so long.
and to think that it came out when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never listened to Green Day, so.
Really? That doesn't surprise me. My
No.
brother had a bunch of their stuff, and so I used to take his CDs when he would get like bored of them, and I would listen to Green Day with my friends, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I listened to Christian rap all growing up. That was my Toby Mac.
Yeah.
Was my drive, my my big music listen to person.
But there it is, player over at Neighbors Route 75 in St. Joseph, taking home $75. We'll get the Biggest Loser to you guys, as well as the rest of the top 10 as well.
Now, I've even shared with you some of my my favorite songs from my
Yeah.
childhood, like Funky Jesus music.
Yes, I was gonna say Funky Jesus music is definitely the one that stuck with me.
Yeah, that one's an interesting one. It's
groovy.
It's for sure groovy. As a kid, I was
Yeah.
dancing up a storm to it.
It's got a super funky beat. I mean, I can definitely understand what was so fun about it.
Oh, for sure. But besides that, I didn't listen to a lot of the mainstream music up until I was in like middle school.
Yeah. I listened to a lot more mainstream music when I was younger, and then as I grew up, I definitely delved more into not as much mainstream.
Yeah, definitely. I think it made me I didn't get into music till a lot later either, just because of it. Like, I listened to music, but it was more like flicking on the radio
Yeah.
whenever, or having like a pregame playlist like before my sports.
Yeah,
But
to
outside of
kinda
that,
amp you
I
up.
didn't really listen to music, like just like hanging out in my bedroom or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, no, I can kind of attest to that. I was kind of the same way, as I usually only put on music if I was ever like practicing for dance or doing those kind of things in my house. Whereas when I definitely got to like high school, that's when it started changing more for like listening to music for enjoyment.
Yes, so definitely some good stuff there, and you guys can get some good stuff at PGL.world. It may not be music good stuff, but it's definitely some good
pilot good stuff.
Some good pilot good stuff, because you can become a member of our league. PGL members compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has so much great information in it. So definitely get signed up today, and if you do so, you'll become one of our new members, getting spotlighted and getting a little bit of luck.
Absolutely, it's how you stay in the know. We get a bunch of great players signing up each and every day, and a couple of those players were like Papa G, It's Gee, Mario 81, DL 1982, Melch 85, Nana's Girls, as well as Nama's 6. We also had Miko 7000. We also had Juleston 8, as well as Jugru 8.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff there. And Tony, in all of his check-ins, let me know on that we got some Pilot TV orders out. It should be some good stuff. Some locations that are going to be getting some Pilot TV soon are Smiley's Tavern, B&L Bar, Moen's Bar, Rodney's Tavern, Oleander Saloon, Big Dog Sports Cafe, and Lamplighter Bar.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, so I'm super happy to see those new Pilot TVs get added on to get out there to you guys in Minnesota.
Absolutely. But as you guys are playing and earning some PGL points tonight, and from our past night of MegaSota game night yesterday, you guys earned those PGL points to compete for our top 10 standings, and they've been super highly competitive. And after last night, we had a couple shakeups happening.
Yeah, in 10th place, we got Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi Gilbert with 863,970 points. With 940,555 points in 9th place, getting bumped back from 8th. We got Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin, someone who we've already seen playing today. In 8th place, moving up from 9th place, we got Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 963,950 points. With 1,025,475 points in 7th place, we got Ted over at the Sunshine Depot. 6th place, getting bumped back from 5th place, we got Reyes 22 over at American Legion Morristown with 1,088,160 points. With 1,103,620 points in 5th place, moving up from 6th, we got Brizo over at Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place is Forget You D over at Eagles Austin with 1,146,730 points. With 1,388,135 points in 3rd place, we got Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon. 2nd place is Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 1,625,345 points. Next up, in 1st place, playing at Stewartville Legion Post, we got Bam Bam with a whopping total of 1,787,250 points.
Wow, that is incredible. We have 7 out of 10 of those players in the 1 million point club or higher, and hopefully after tonight we'll see some more, as all of those players have been accumulating some points. But you have just about 8 seconds to get enrolled in this next game, your last shot at Vikings victory, so definitely do so. And I'm going to hop right into these location standings.
For sure.
In 10th place, getting moved back from 9th, it's Beck's Pub and Becker, sitting with 3,227,199 points. Moving up from 9th place into 10th, it was Neighbors Pub Dover in Dover, sitting with 3,293,130 points. And then the shakeups don't stop there, as getting pushed all the way back from 6th into 8th place. It's almost like whiplash watching Leo Sports Bar and Mazeppa get shot all around these standings.
Back and forth and back and forth. Leo Sports Bar all over the top 10.
All over the place, and they sit with a whopping 3,412,815 points. Next up, moving up from 8th into 7th, it's Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato, sitting with 3,522,039 points. Another riser from 7th into 6th, it was VFW Northfield, sitting with 3,620,755 points. 5th place is Blasco's Embassy Bar in St. Peter, sitting with 3,746,243 points. fourth place is American Legion Cleveland, sitting with 3,847,370 points. And then we move right into the 4 million point club with Neeson's Gaylord sitting in third place with 4,462,430 points. But as swiftly as we jump into that class, we're moving right back out into the 5 million point club. We had a switch up yet again. Reclaiming first place was Third Rail Bar and Grill, sitting with 5,780,304 points, moving Billy's Rockford back to second as they sit with 5,510,764 points.
Yeah, definitely some great location and some big time points there. But I even see some big time players out there playing, as in fifth place we got Big Pimpin' right on the edge of getting bumped out of our top 10 like we just went over.
Yeah.
But I see Pure Luck is out there. Should be seeing them move up. They still have quite a few plays left to go.
Absolutely, but we did get those winners from our game of Blingo Bingo if we want to go over those.
Yes, I'll get right into that. As our winners of these games, in 10th place, we had G-Man winning $15. $15 also went out to Steve Lundy in 9th place over at Great River Bowl. 8th place was Dylan winning $22 at VFW Dilworth. 7th place was TDR winning $22 at Eagles of Wantana. 6th place was Lucky winning $22 over at Milton Liquor Store. 5th place was Don taking home $22 over at
Colonial Lanes.
Yeah, Colonial Lanes. 4th place, we had Mad Dog, a big-time player, winning $30 at VFW East St. Cloud. In 3rd place, we had Player over at VFW Spring Lake Park, taking home $37. Then over at Harold's Club, taking home $60. We had C. Bolton 103 taking home that great prize. And in 1st place, playing at Neighbors Route 75, taking home $75. We had Player.
Nicely done, but we did have those top 5 losers as well who got to win some points.
Ooh.
Our biggest loser ended up being Masamanda, who took home $75 over at the White Bear Bar. Second place was Positive, taking home that second place loser slot of $60 over at Leo's Bar Newmarket. Our third biggest loser was Hannah over at the Whistle Stop, getting to take home $37.50. JB24 over at Harold's Club came in 4th in our biggest loser rank, taking home $30. And then our 5th loser was FJB over at South Street Saloon, who got to take home $22.50.
Yeah, well, good job to all those winners, and good job to our Wild for getting another win yesterday. They're 48, 21, and 7, and Calum Talbot made 26 saves for his 3rd shutout of the season, and Minnesota's 2-0 win over the Montreal Canadiens on Tuesday night in Bell Center. He was pleased with his strong play of late, has come as the Wild tried to secure home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs.
All right, that's super exciting. So, how many games do we have left?
How many games do we have left? See, we have played. Do that math of how many games we played.
All right, it was like 49, 69 something. And then how many ties did we have? I'm not too sure. I can do the math. I just need to see it really quickly. But we'll see how many games they have left.
Yeah, how many games are there? 82 games in an NHL season.
Okay.
And so we still have a significant amount, but not as many as you may think.
We have played 76 games so far.
So we only have about only about 8 games left. Super crazy stuff. We'll see if we can get that first round home ice advantage, which will be some really good stuff. And we'll need to get a win tomorrow as our Wild takes on the Canucks at 7 p.m.
Definitely super exciting. And if you guys want to show some support for our Wild, you can absolutely do so by playing our eTab game, Let's Go Wild. You can check out that slap shot bonus round and win some big prizes and send some luck over to our Wild team.
Yeah, definitely some really good stuff. And we got I want to see some of these power rankings for our Wild, as we've been getting some wins lately, and I would love to see us being able to move up into one of those top spots, as right now they have
Let's take a peek. It is looking like the Wild are sitting in the
10th is Boston Bruins. 9th is Tampa Bay Lightning. 8th is St. Louis Blues. 7th is our Minnesota Wild, who stayed put in that 7th place spot. Their description, the Wild had points in 6 straight games, winning 4 games and 2 losses in overtime heading into Tuesday's night visit with Montreal. Marc-Andre Fleury has been 3-0 with a .910 save percentage during this run. Cam Talbot, meanwhile, is 1-0 and 2 overtime losses and has allowed 11 goals on 86 shots, which is 87% of those shots on goal being saved. Forward Marcus Foligno will miss at least 3 games after he was placed on COVID-19 protocol when the team crossed into Canada.
Yeah, that's definitely not ideal, as he is going to be out for about half of those games left. But that doesn't mean that we don't stand a chance. We just need to stay strong.
Oh, yeah, but the top teams they have right here, 6th place is Calgary Flames. 5th place, we got the Rangers. 4th place, we got the Hurricanes. 3rd place, we got the Maple Leafs. 2nd place, we got the Avalanche. And in 1st place, they have the Panthers. And this is a power rankings done by Bleacher Report.
Absolutely, but they do have a game coming up this Thursday that you can prepare for against those Canucks at 7 p.m.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. And let's move on from the great hockey to the great fishing season that is about to go underway in Minnesota. The summer fishing season is right around the corner, and we're checking in with Lake of the Woods Tourism Outdoors Weekly on April 20th. So done on today, so fresh off the press.
All right, well, at the south end, the majority of the lake is still ice covered with glimpses of open waters from incoming rivers, streams, and various holes in the ice. In addition to fishing the river, sturgeon anglers are fishing near the ice pack edge of the lake outside of that lighthouse gap where the Rainy River enters Lake of the Woods. Most pike are staging adjacent into spawning areas and will be swimming back into shallow, muddy areas pretty soon. Back bays with open water will be the go-to spot for anglers wanting to catch a giant pike. Pike season is open year-round. Walleye and sauger season is closed and will open again on the Minnesota fishing opener of May 14th.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. Can't wait for everything to get opened up and all the ice to get off the water so you guys can be catching all those fish that are primed and ready to be caught. I saw a picture, though, of a pretty nice fish. I think they had to release it because they obviously it's sauger season isn't open, but it was I think it was a sauger. Whatever the big fish is over there in Minnesota, it was a 55-inch one. That was pretty large, spanned bigger than his shoulder width, and it was really impressive.
That is awesome.
But what else is super impressive that you can hold up kind of in this fashion, but it's more like in this fashion? And that's a player pick. We love those player picks, and whenever you guys win a great jackpot, have fun playing Pilot games with maybe your friends, favorite bartender. Any reason to send in a picture of you guys with an iPad in your hand is worth sending to us. We love showing those things off, and you guys can share those on Facebook or by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com or posting them onto any of our social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games, and we'll be able to find that and show you off as well.
Absolutely. We did just show that player picture of Mad Dog. There it is, taking home that giant jackpot of $27,266 today during that Twins bingo.
Yeah, good to see you, Mad Dog, getting that great win. But we do have a winner in this game of Vikings victory. The last game of Vikings victory, Ice Guy over at American Legion Cleveland, taking home $138. Good job, Ice Guy. And me and Jordy are going to be taking a quick break as you guys are getting enrolled in the Fishing Derby. But don't worry, we'll be there for when you guys get in.
See you then. Fridley sitting with 67,000, with 68,000 right ahead of him in 9th place at Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl in Dayton. 8th place is Shady's Railside and Rice sitting with 74,000. Right ahead of them, though, with 75,000. In 7th place, it's the Tasty Pizza Hanger 45 in Hilltop. Then in 6th place, we got Billy's Rockford in Rockford sitting with 78,000. Right ahead of them, though, with 79,000 points. In 5th place, we got Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. Then in 4th place, it's Concordia Lanes in New Ulm sitting with 92,000. With 143,000 points in third place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. Then in second place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park sitting with 159,000, but then with a whopping 346,000 points in first place, it's Corner Bar in Goodhue.
Wow, some really good location standings. Can't wait to see what kind of shakeups can happen in this week. I mean, we're coming in second half of season 11. Can't wait to see you out there playing some Jackpot Hunter from 4 all the way till 6. There it is, 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Hey guys, and we just have 10 seconds, so we're into this next game. It's a game of Fishing Derby that we're about to get into. Should be some super exciting stuff while we're getting into this game. And we're in play already in this one, and we should be giving out some really, really great prizes. But as we are getting into this game, we have a top 10 to go over that just went out in Vikings victory.
Absolutely. So starting it off in 10th place, it was Cheeks taking home $23 over at Poncho and Lefties. Frank Rizzo took home $23 at American Legion Cleveland, coming in 9th. 8th place was Emma Pye taking home $23 over at Miltona Liquor Store. $34. 7th place was Rockin' Ron, taking home $34.50 over at Charlie Neeson's bar. Sly Fox took home $46 over at Pebble Creek Golf Course, coming in 6th place. 5th place was Noodles, taking home $26 at VFW St. James. Suki took home $69 over at Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in 4th place. 3rd place was SSS over at Brian's Bar and Grill, taking home $92. Then Mindy came in 2nd, taking home $103 over at Spotlight Bar and Grill. And in 1st place, it was Iceman, taking home that $138 prize over at American Legion Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely some great prizes there for some great players. Iceman just sounds like a villain.
Yeah.
I always think of, though, I feel like I just think of the Batman villain, that he's covered in ice, and
What's his name?
Dr. Iceman?
Dr. Iceman.
I don't know. I feel bad because I do like the villain.
Yeah, I can't say this is one that I'm well equipped in. I only really know
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, that is the villain.
All
yeah, he's
right.
got a freeze ray and everything like that. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm more of a Frozone woman myself.
Oh, Frozone, definitely
Yeah.
a great one. We do got some Vikings news to get into after talking about that game of Vikings victory. Got me in the mood for Vikings news. And the Minnesota Vikings have been tied to a multitude of different positions at that number 12 pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, including cornerback, safety, defensive end, defensive tackle, even quarterback at one point. But receiver, that is a new one. And yet the Athletics' Chad Graff is mocking the team to take another receiver where with their first pick on the board. For context, Graff is assuming that cornerback Ahmad Sauce Gardner and Derek Stingley Jr. are both off the board when the Vikings make this selection. But his selection was USC wide receiver Drake London at this spot, and he actually broke down why he thought this would be a good pick.
All right, yeah, Kevin O'Connell has said multiple times since becoming the Vikings head coach that he does not plan on using much 11 personnel as he did with the Rams because the Vikings roster doesn't warrant that. But it could with this selection. O'Connell's premise centers around the Vikings having a better number 2 tight end fullback than a number 3 wide receiver. With London, I don't think that could be the case anymore.
Yeah, I think that's a definitely interesting pick of that. I think it would definitely help for what Kevin O'Connell has envisioned for this offense, and especially the use of Justin Jefferson, because Drake London, he's that big body wide receiver, has the basketball background where he knows how to high point the ball and get up and get those rebounds, and he knows how to get up and make those touchdown catches in the red zone. And I think he would be a nice complementary piece to be that big body target, while Justin Jefferson can get moved into more of a slot position and kind of play how Cooper Kupp did in this same offense that Kevin O'Connell ran. And I mean, we saw how good Cooper Kupp did this last season.
Yes, definitely. But we are inching our way towards the draft. We have just about a week, 8 days until the draft is officially happening. So it's not going to be much more speculation. We're actually going to be talking about what unfolds. But in the meantime, if you want to show some support for our Vikings, you can absolutely do so at any time by playing Vikings Victory. It is super, super fun. It's one of our best eTab games we have to offer. You can pick a lucky letter in that Skull bonus round and win some big prizes. Do you remember when you asked me which letter I would pick in the Skull bonus round, and I didn't realize you could only pick SKOL?
Yeah, you just picked some.
I picked a random letter of the alphabet, and man, I have never been more embarrassed.
But I mean, I could actually be wrong. So
yeah,
there's
because
the
we're
case.
not allowed to participate in
I
those.
haven't tested Skull Bingo yet, so I guess I don't know if the bonus round is picking out the letters in Skull, but I'd assume so.
It makes sense. I just hadn't thought that at the time. You had asked me a letter. I think I said something along the lines of Q.
Yeah, and
it was like
I was like, what? It's Q.
I know, and I instantly was like, what? Is that wrong?
That's so funny.
I was very wrong.
So very wrong. But we are in this game of Fishing Derby. We do have some jackpots available in this game, a final game of Fishing Derby, as we got a $844 large prize, and a $257 small prize. And so should be some good stuff going out to you guys, as you still have about 8 minutes and 50 seconds to get the rest of your plays in.
Absolutely, but if you guys are coming out each and every day from 4 to 6 for our happy hour show, it's definitely something you'll enjoy, so you should definitely check that out. But while you're playing the 23 games of $1 edition of Jackpot Hunter, you guys are earning cash as well as points towards the Jackpot Hunter standings that have been pretty stagnant lately, and so I am loving if we could get some shakeups happening.
Yeah, that would be some really, really exciting stuff. But in 10th place, we have Duff over at VFW Coon Rapids, taking home 39,000 points. With 42,000 points in 9th place, we got Crazy Kid over at Tasty Pizza Hangar, 45. Definitely some good stuff there.
Yep, and next up, which are you at?
Yeah, we have next up is 8th place Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon, taking home $52,000, not $52,000, 52,000 points. Next up, with 57,000 points in 6th place, we got Kimmy over at Nisswa Legion, tied up with 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar. In 5th place, we got Brother Nat over at the Chart House with 59,000 points. With 61,000 points in 4th place, we got Kev over at the Deer Stand. 3rd place is Not Lucky at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 83,000 points. With 102,000 points in 2nd place, we got Bull at Corner Bar in Goodhue. And in 1st place, we got Bobo at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 138,000 points.
Super impressive for our entire top 10, but I'll jump right into the location standings. In 10th place, we have American Legion Fridley sitting with 69,000 points. With 72,000 points in 9th place, it's Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl in Dayton. 8th place is Shady's Railside and Rice sitting with 77,000 points, while in 7th place, it's the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop, sitting with exactly 80,000 points. With 82,000 points in 6th place, it's Billy's Rockford in Rockford. With 83,000 points right ahead of them in 5th place, it's Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. Then in 4th place, it's Concordia Lanes in New Ulm, sitting with 95,000 points. But with 153,000 points accumulated in 3rd place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. In 2nd place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park sitting with 173,000. And then in 1st place, absolutely killing the standings so far, it's Corner Bar in Goodhue sitting with 355,000.
Definitely some great locations out there, really accumulating points. I mean, Corner Bar in Goodhue running away with it in this season with over double the next closest player.
Yeah, they are definitely in a league of their own right now. With those top 3 players playing there, it shows it has big implications on these standings.
It does, but you guys can make big implications on where you are in this top 10 in these final 5 minutes that you have to be able to get these plays in. You don't want to leave anything left on the board. I mean, just last time I saw Mindy, who was in 2nd place in game number 5 of Vikings victory, still had a good chunk of plays left when the game ended. And so, I mean, ended up in 2nd place, a good score, but always thinking, what if I would have used up all those plays and gotten into 1st place?
Yeah, but Bob and Neil has quite a lead on the standings with a bunch of plays left. So I think they're sitting kind of pretty right now in these standings.
Oh yeah, but we do have some celebrity birthdays to get into. As born in 1925, we got Ernie Startner, American Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive end, won the Super Bowl in 1971 as well as 77, was a 4-time All-Pro first teamer, was a 9-time Pro Bowler, and played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Very, very cool. Ernie Stautner. He was born in Germany in Bavaria.
Really? That's super cool. He was the first player to ever have his number retired by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was well earned as he was the first of their Hall of Famers to play his entire career with the team.
Very cool. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1969, and he also was a head coach somewhere.
Really? It looks like he
American football coach and defensive tackle in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, he must have helped coach with the Washington Redskins and Dallas Cowboys,
okay,
as he played his entire career with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Very cool.
Playing-wise.
Very, very cool. Well, happy birthday to Ernie Stautner. Next up, born on this date in 1945, we have Steve Spurrier. Spurrier. He is an American college football Hall of Fame quarterback. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1966 and played for Florida there. And then he was in the NFL. He was a
San Francisco 49er.
All right. And he was also a coach for Florida, South Carolina, as well as the NFL, Washington Redskins.
Yeah, now the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
The good old Washington Commanders. Steve Spurrier, definitely a name that I recognize from the football world for doing a lot of things, especially during his coaching days, as he was definitely a big-time coach. Next up, we got a big-time actress in 1949, Jessica Lange. An American actress, was in King Kong, Tootsie, also American Horror Stories, and what's even better is she was born in Cloquet, Minnesota.
That is amazing. I absolutely adore Jessica Lange. She is beautiful and timeless, and she is a great, great actress.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely did great works when she was young, and then then
carried American Horror Story.
Then absolutely, yeah, carried it, killed it in American Horror Story, and couldn't have imagined a better person to be doing. I think she was the one that made that, what was the one with the psych ward?
Oh, Asylum.
Yes, Asylum. She made Asylum really, really entertaining.
Absolutely. And Coven. Ian, I know it's a really touch and go season with Coven, but her character dominated the entire thing.
Yeah, she just wasn't in it enough.
Okay, in your opinion?
In my opinion, she just kind of shows she's a big part of it, but I really didn't like Emma Roberts' character in it. I thought she did really bad in it.
She did. She did not do well that season.
Yeah, and I even enjoy her as an actress most of the time, but in that one was not well. The only time I've liked her as an actress is in Nancy Drew. But
yes.
But outside of that, I don't know if I've necessarily watched too much of her stuff.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea. I had watched, this is completely off topic, very short and sweet, I'll say. I watched the movie The Hunt. It's a horror movie, and her scene caught me off guard, man.
Really?
Instantly gets killed.
Really?
Instantly.
Interesting.
I was sitting there just slack-jawed, and my friend who was showing me the movie, she was like, I was waiting for that scene.
That's
oh my goodness.
So fun. We were talking about, though, Jessica Lange, great actress.
Love Jessica Lange.
Did a great job in all of the movies that she was labeled in King Kong, Tootsie, and American Horror Stories.
Yeah, she's the original King Kong beauty.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, a timeless wonder. But also on this date in 1961, Don Mattingly was born, the American baseball first baseman. He was a 6-time MLB All-Star, an was
AL MVP.
Okay, AL MVP in 1985, as well as a 9-time Gold Glove and 3-time Silver Slugger, an AL batting champion in 1984, and he played for the New York Yankees, and he was also the manager for the LA Dodgers as well as the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, a really, really accomplished baseball career.
Very cool.
Don Mattingly, definitely one of those people that will be remembered forever for his baseball play.
He's the current manager for the Miami Marlins.
Oh, really? That's super, super interesting. Don Mattingly is not in the Hall of Fame. Players need to appear in 75% of ballots to be elected into the Hall of Fame. In 2001, Mattingly's first year of eligibility, he appeared on just 28% of ballots. It was his high water mark. Mattingly dropped off the ballot after appearing in 9.1% of the ballots in his 15th and final year in 2015.
All right. Well, he's still a very accomplished baseball player in his own.
Yeah, surprising. I was surprised that he wasn't able, especially with 9 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Sluggers. It just seemed like he was a very, very accomplished baseball player.
Absolutely.
But next up, born in 1964, we got Crispin Glover, an American actor. Before I get into that, we got a winner.
Yeah, Bob and Neil over at the Midi in St. Joseph, $73, finding the way to your pocket. But we'll get that entire topic top 10 for you guys in just a couple moments.
Yeah, but Crispin Glover, American actor, he was in Back to the Future as well as River's Edge, and he's been in a lot of different things.
Yes, he was in his classic role for me is Charlie's Angels. He plays the Thin Man, and he is weird.
He plays a weird character in a lot of his roles.
Oh my goodness, he is, and that was incredible. He played it very, very well.
Yeah, well, happy birthday, Crispin Glover.
Yeah, next up in 1964, Andy Serkis was born. He an American actor. He played
English actor,
and he played Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, really, really good character, very iconic.
Yeah.
I think very definitely one of those just iconic voices.
I want to see what he. Oh, it's this dude. I had no idea.
Oh, I didn't realize that it was him. He just played Alfred.
Yeah, and
In the
he's
newest
also
Batman.
in Black Panther.
He plays the villain
The
in Black
villain.
Panther.
Yeah. He's a
really-
lot bigger than I originally had anticipated.
I did not realize that he voiced Gollum.
That
is
is so funny.
completely changes my view of that actor. Well, happy birthday, Andy Serkis. Next up, born in 1970, we got Sherman Moore, an American actor, was Malcolm in Young and Restless, as well as an actor in Criminal Minds.
All right, very cool.
Very iconic in Criminal Minds.
Which one?
You'll notice him as soon as I look him up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very iconic. in
Derek
Criminal-
Morgan.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I didn't watch Criminal Minds.
Neither did I. I just read the synopsis.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, happy.
Could have fooled you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Sherman Moore.
Well, next up, a huge name from the early 2000s. In 1972, Carmen Electra was born. Birth name Tara Lee Patrick. American actress and model. Did scary movies as well as Meet the Spartans. Yeah, she was in a couple of those like spoof movies. But she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, isn't she mostly known for her modeling?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I just can't believe she was. It's like Tara Patrick is such a different name than Carmen Electra.
Yeah. And she really chose the stage
The only
name.
reason I know Carmen Electra is because of Dennis Rodman.
What were her ties to him?
I think
Did they date?
they ran off together or were dating for a little
Did
bit.
they elope?
I don't remember everything. I think it was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, marriage. Yeah.
Well, did they get married?
Yeah, they.
That's-
Oh.
That is so crazy.
Oh
Happy birthday, Carmen Electra.
Sorry.
That's the one reason I know her name. I had no idea who she was really. I
my
just knew the name, and that's where I know her from her dating and marrying Dennis Rodman. Definitely some interesting stuff there. As we got some interesting stuff to get into, as you guys just have 1 minute and 26 seconds to get enrolled into this game of Jackpot Jungle, we have some Timberwolves news to get into. They are 46 and 36 at the end of the season. And so far during this series that they've been playing against the Memphis Grizzlies, they are 1-1. But we were able to take home court advantage by getting one win while we were over there in Memphis. And now we are coming back home for this next game Thursday as the Timberwolves take on Memphis at 6:30. And last game, we'll be quick about it. John Morant went off, and we had a really rough showing as we lost 124-96 on Tuesday night in that game. Definitely not what we wanted to see, and so we're hoping that we can see Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and all of our other star players really step it up in this next game. Even Towns said it shows how physical and locked in you've got to be every single night, regardless of your opponent.
Absolutely, but they are going to be going up against Memphis again on Thursday, so definitely be prepared for that. But I do have those winners from that last game of Fishing Derby.
Oh, yeah, let's get into that final game. Should be some really, really good stuff. In 10th place, we had Hokies winning $43 at Neighborhood Tavern. 9th place, we had TDR winning $43 at Eagles Wantana. 8th place was Pure Luck winning $43 at Trapper's Bar and Grill. 7th place was Player winning $43 at the Purple Goose. $43 went out to Snaps over at the Stadium in 6th place. 5th place was Harley winning $43 at Clancy's on the Island Lake. 4th place was Yak winning $58 at Stanchion's Bar. Bar. Third place was FLDMAR, taking home $65 over at Cooper's Restaurant.
Velmar.
$65 also went out to Noodles over at VFW St. James in second place. And in first place, we had Bob and Nee over at the Midi, taking home $73.
Nicely done. We're officially in our final game of Jackpot Jungle. We got $53 on that line and large M, $11,528 on that jackpot.
Yeah, it should be some exciting stuff. And while you guys are going through these games, we got a twiking zone that we got to head into once again. And I talked about the player standings last time.
I did.
Oh, sweet. Lucky me. In ninth place, we have a two-way tie between Mikey Wins at Steve O's and Elsa at Titan Sports Saloon. They both have 88,000 points. 89,000 points for the 8th place player. Dago 11 over at Polar Lounge. 7th place is Bryzo over at the Atomic Star Tavern with 93,000 points. 111,000 points for the 6th place player. GTZ over at the Midi. 5th place is Yo-Yo over at Riverside Store and Tavern with 115,000 points. With 124,000 points in 4th place, we got Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. 3rd place is Sinbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 132,000 points. With 133,000 points in 2nd place, we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. And in 1st place, we got Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley with 166,000 points.
Nicely done, but into the location standings. In 10th place, we got Titan Sports Saloon sitting with 120,000. 9th place is Main Street Pub in Kimball sitting with 136,000. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 147,000. With 186,000, we got Steve-O's in Crystal in 7th, but there it is.
We got BJ Cotter over at Miltona Liquor Store taking home $53 on that line prize. Now we're working on this $53 large M.
Absolutely, but I'm going to jump right into 6th places. Our place on 3rd and Faribault sits with 211,000 points. With 257,000 points, in 4th place, we jump right into a tie between Eagles Rochester and Corner Bar in Goodhue. 3rd place is American Legion Fridley sitting with 282,000. 2nd place is Corky's Bar South Haven sitting with 358,000. And then with a whopping 599,000 in 1st place is VFW Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, good job to all of those players and locations really duking it out in that twiking zone. Some super fun stuff, and we are working towards this large M. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to see the players in this one, and so we'll see where this turns out. But we do have some players in our Jackpot Hunter standings that we need to talk about once again.
Absolutely. So starting it off in 10th place, we got Duh at VFW Coon Rapids sitting with 39,000. Sitting with 42,000 in 9th place is Crazy Kid over at the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45. 8th place is Elsa over at Titan Sports Saloon sitting with 52,000.
Yeah, Elsa maybe not doing as great in all the standings as she usually is, but is in 2 different standings right now. Definitely having a good season 11.
Absolutely. But then we jump right into a tie in 6th place between Kimmy over at Niswa Legion and 2A Girl over at Jimmy G's Bar, both tied with 57,000. With 59,000 right ahead of them in 5th place, we got Brother Nat over at the Chart House. And then in 4th place, it's Kev over at the Deer Stand sitting with 61,000 points. With 83,000 points in 3rd place is Not Lucky over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. 2nd place is Bull at Corner Bar in Goodhue sitting with 102,000. And then in 1st place, it's Bobo also at Corner Bar in Goodhue sitting with 138,000 points.
Yeah, really great players right there, and we'll get right into the location side because they are just as good. In 10th place, we got American Legion Fridley with 69,000 points. With 72,000 points in 9th place, we got Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl in Dayton. In 8th place, we got Shady's Railside in Rice with 77,000 points. With 80,000 points in 7th place, we got Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop. 6th place is Billy's Rockford with 82,000 points. 5th place is Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd with 83,000 points. With 95,000 points in 4th place, we got Concordia Lanes in New Ulm. 3rd place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 153,000 points. with 173,000 points. In second place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. And in first place, we got Corner Bar in Goodhue with 355,000 points.
Nicely done. Absolutely dominating in those standings. But we have a super fun on this day in history. And so on April 20th in 1986, the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan scores 63 points in an NBA playoff game against the Boston Celtics, setting a postseason scoring record. Despite Jordan's achievement, the Bulls lost to the Celtics in double overtime with 135 to 131. Boston swept the 3-game series and went on to win the NBA championship.
Yeah, isn't that absolutely crazy? You can score the most points ever scored in an NBA playoff game and still lose the game. I mean, just one of the most bona fide scorers that we've ever seen enter the NBA, Michael Jordan, and it was always super crazy when he could pull off games like this, and it got even more fun when he was able to, when he got that win and started and got 6 in a row.
Absolutely. We got a ton of players, 5 and 4 balls away, though. Let's try and give out this large M and maybe even give out this jackpot tonight.
Oh, that would be some exciting stuff. But as we are doing that, we have a player spotlight to talk about, as we always like to highlight one singular player during our broadcast, and that's the largest jackpot of the weekend. Policy Man over at Arlington Dugout took home $17,039 over the weekend. And the Arlington Dugout supports a great charity.
They support the VFW Post 6031 Arlington. Their mission statement is to foster camaraderie among United States veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and our communities, to advocate on behalf of all veterans.
Yeah, definitely a great player spotlight, doing some really great stuff out there in the community.
Absolutely, and remember, guys, each location you guys are playing at supports individual charities around your community, and it's one of the best things we have to offer about Pilot Games.
Yeah, and we'll see if anybody can take home this large M, as we got some big-time players.
Sarah Honey, let's make it happen. Let's get you higher up in these
Sarah
PGL
Honey,
standings.
Get the win, Sarah Honey. We'll see if they can get it. Any of these lucky balls, you got a lucky guess?
I'll say 46.
B40. What? Which letter?
Oh, letter?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. One ball away now?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess 46 is only one. It's
I was
already
gonna
gone.
say when balls dropped, at like 46 balls, they were gonna win.
Oh, okay. That's another take. Let's see if it can happen, as you got 2 more to go. CK1, Sarah Honey, all able to win it. Hannah, a bunch of players now getting it. You may be right on the money with 46 being that right number. Wow, still not able to happen. We'll see if any of these.
What's your take?
I'm going to say 48.
48, all right.
48 is the time it goes out.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it can go out there.
As long as it's under 50 and then you get 2 balls to try and give out the jackpot, we can make it happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we do have some PGL standings to get into to end off this broadcast, because that's what you've been earning all night long, are those PGL points.
Absolutely. So starting it off in 10th place, we got Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi Gilbert, sitting with 863,000. 9th place is Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin, sitting with 940,000. 8th place is Nixon at VFW Roseville, sitting with 956,000, but there it is.
We got Hannah over at the Whistle Stop, Big Dog over at Rustic Saloon. We got Picote Lay over at Commander's Bar, and Fat Jacks, as well as Happy, as well as Schultz Luck, all splitting up that large M of $53. A bunch of winners, splitting up some really good cash. And we got one more ball to give out this jackpot right here. Is it happening?
Make it happen.
Yeah, these balls do come a little bit slower, so I never predict it right.
I know.
And there it is, 52 balls dropped. And Walker was able to get 1 ball away, but not able to take home the win. So that means that jackpot's going to an $80 must-go prize. But we still got some players to go over in these PGL player standings.
Absolutely. And so in 7th place, it was Ted over at Sunshine Depot. 6th place was Reyes22 over at American Legion Morristown. 5th place was Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place, Forget You D at Eagles Austin. 3rd place, Big Dog at Rustic Saloon. 2nd place, Keith at Billy's Rockford. And 1st place, Bam Bam at Stewartville Legion Post.
And our location standings, 10th place is Beck's Pub and Becker. Ninth place, Neighbors Pub Dover. 8th place, Leo's Sports Bar. 7th place, Atomic Star Tavern. 6th place, VFW Northfield. 5th place, Blasco's Embassy Bar. 4th place, American Legion Cleveland. 3rd place, Neeson's Gaylord. 2nd place, Billy's Rockford. And in 1st place, Third Rail Bar and Grill. But we do have a winner.
Policy Man 1 at Neeson's Gaylord, taking home that prize of $80 on that Musco.
Hey, our player spotlight. Getting
Policy
the win.
Man.
Way to get the win on the very final game of this Wild Wednesday. Super good stuff. And on that note, with our player spotlight getting the win, remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
Have a good one. have in Hilltop. Then in 6th place, we got Billy's Rockford in Rockford, sitting with 78,000. Right ahead of them, though, with 79,000 points. In 5th place, we got Gas Can Bar and Grill in Brainerd. Then in 4th place, it's Concordia Lanes in New Ulm, sitting with 92,000. With 143,000 points in 3rd place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids. Then in 2nd place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park, sitting with 159,000. But then with a whopping 346,000 points in 1st place, it's Corner Bar in Goodhue.
Wow, some really good location standings. Can't wait to see what kind of shakeups can happen in this week. I mean, we're coming in second half of season 11. Can't wait to see you out there playing some Jackpot Hunter from 4 all the way till 6. There it is, 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.